How you doing, Zombie?
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm okay, thanks. Yeah, all good. How's campus? You're stuck on up there, right? You on campus?
Yes, I am. I'm in campus.
Okay.
Everything is fine. Also, the weather is nice, and the internet connection is also good. Not bad.
That helps.
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Hey,
Morning.
Is everything is all right in the UK?
Yeah, everything's okay. Yeah, it's all good. The weather's a bit crazy. You never know what's going to happen in the UK. Like last week, it was about 31 degrees, which is pretty hot for England. And then this week, it's just dropped right down. There's raining, there's storms, it's cold. This is summer, you know. This is England. This is what happens. But yeah, it's all good. Thanks. James, Samson, how's it going?
Hey. Hey, Samson, I want to eat donuts.
So that's why I got this background. I was really hungry this morning.
Samson, it looks like a halo above your head of donuts.
Bro, if you literally what you call it? If you type donut halo, I think this will show up on Google.
That's awesome.
So Samson, you look like Buddha.
That's the only thing I was worried about this picture.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Sir June.
All right. I hope everybody is doing well. Let's get started. Wanted to ask who will be praying. Babylene, can you lead us in prayer for the class?
Let's pray. Lord, I just want to say a thank you for today, for giving us opportunity to study Hebrew. Lord, thank you for the blessing of our professors. They can be able to share with us what they've learned. And give us the wisdom. Give us, Lord, the wisdom, Lord, and understanding that we need today, Lord. Lord, bless those people wherever they are. Protect them, God. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you.
Um,
All right. Let's get started. Okay, lesson 3 and 4. It's coming up. I will see if we can even deal with lesson 4 today. Okay. All right, gonna ask Albert to read. Can you read the Hebrew?
I can try, but
Yeah. Try.
um, Viola. Sorry, I can't read.
It's okay. Violet. Try. Slowly.
David.
Good.
Be Sham.
Good job. David, Misham, they are great. But the first one is a bit not correct. Va, ye. This is a tere, right? So together with the yod sound, it is y, e. So it is pronounced ye. Va, ye. And then lamed and sego, l, e. So le. And then the final sound is k. So the shua is silent. So you have noticed that when the kaf is coming as the last letter, and then it normally comes with the shua, and then the shua is not silent. So you just to put k sound. So va, ye, le, k. Okay, lek, lek. So lek is the one syllable, the last syllable. So va, ye, lek, David, Misham. All right. Let's just deal with each slide. Actually, I gave you general explanation yesterday about this session, but I believe it will be helping you to just double check. Gonna ask Stephen to read it. Number one, finding verb and its root letters. Okay, looking at Vayelek, David, Misham, the first thing that you need to do is to find where the verb is. All right, so in order for us to find it, what do you need to do? Okay, let's move on from here. Stephen.
How can we find a verb here? Think about the order of Hebrew word verb, subject, object. Think about some elements that always come with verbs such as verb conversies and prefix. Use your vocab.
Right, good. So according to these three statements, what can you see? What verb do you have? One more time. It is the first one. Okay. So rule number one, think about the order of Hebrew words, verb, subject, object. Most of the time it works, not always. So you are not really fully dependent. You are not supposed to be fully dependent on this rule, but it helps. All right. It's always a good start. And then after that, you need to think about some elements that always come with a verb such as verb conversive and prefix. So we have verb conversive and prefix pronoun. As you can see here, we have verb conversive, verb, pata, and then dagesh forte. Okay? And then prefix pronoun, the yod. So we are there. So we don't have any problem identifying the verb here. Let's move on, Stephen.
How can we find the root letters then? Take all the non-root consonants out of the verb. Verb converses, the additional of n and past tense. Yod is a part of root letter of all prefix pronouns. Prefix 3MSG. Root letter. Since you need 3 for the root, one consonant is missing, you can determine where the letter is missing, beginning, middle, or end.
All right, I think this is new. All right, after removing the non-root consonants, which are verb conversive and the prefix pronoun, we have only lamet and kaf. So it's most likely that, yeah, these are the root letters, but it's strange. Why? Because we need normally 3 consonants. Unlike here, we have 2, then that means 1 root letter is missing. Then the question is, where? Where is the letter missing? From the beginning, middle, or end? Now it's the time for us to deal with the missing letter rule because we have missing letter. So as I told you, we are going to learn or deal with several missing letter rules in Hebrew1, but this is number 1. So Paul, Yoon, would you read? Would you unmute yourself? We cannot hear you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Look at the vowel under the prefix consonant to find the missing letter. When a root letter is missing from a prefix form of the verb, the position of the missing letter and also which letter is missing is indicated by the vowel under the prefix consonant. When the vowel under the prefix is tere, the root letter is missing from the beginning of the root and will usually be a yod. Look at page 436.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, let's look at this one more time. I'm trying to explain how it works. All right, as I said, this is verb, and then when it comes to components of verb conversive, then you need to always tell me 3 things: verb, pata, and then the dagesh forte. So these are not the root letters, so just take them out. And after that, you have another component, which is the yod. So this is quite tricky. If you have this yod and then another 2 consonants, there are 2 possibilities actually. The yod probably is not the prefix pronoun, but a part of root letter. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or like the way we are dealing with a missing letter rule, the yod is a prefix pronoun and we still have 1 missing letter. So we have 2 possibilities actually. But anyway, in this case, we have the yod. We haven't dealt with any other case, you know. So except the case of the prefix pronoun, so we will focus on it right now. So this yod is a prefix pronoun. So as I said, vav, pata, and dagesh, and together with the yod, they are non-root letters. So after removing this, we have only lamed and kaf. Okay. So in this case, after removing non-root letters, if you have only two remaining consonants, then that is indicating that you have one missing letter. Then whenever you have a missing letter, then you need to use this knowledge from today onward. The first thing that you have to do is to look at the vowel points under the prefix pronoun. So when I said prefix pronoun, what is it?
Yod.
The yod. So you need to see what vowel point you have under the prefix pronoun. Sometimes you may have even ta, sometimes aleph, because on the left side of the prefix pronoun, you have what? Yod, tap, 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 aleph. Yod on the right side for plural. Yod, tap, 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 nun. Do you remember? So did you start memorizing this chart? And on the left side, you have hirek yod ending for what? 2FSG. Are you following me? And on the right side, the ending is u, na, una. All right. So anyway, so what I'm trying to say is sometimes you may have another prefix pronoun other than the yod. So in this case, the yod, or sometimes it can come under the top. Okay. So in this case, you have what? Tsere. So if you have tsere under the prefix pronoun, especially when you have one missing root letter, all right? This is the information that you apply only when you have one missing letter, all right? Not all the time. If you have three consonants of the root letters after removing non-root letters, praise the Lord. You just put the three of them as a root letter. But if you have only two remaining, then that's the time for you to utilize this knowledge. Okay, so in this case, it indicates what? When the vowel under the prefix is tsere, the root letter is missing from the beginning of the root and will usually be the yod. What do you mean by this statement? It seems like then there might be other cases where you can see the missing root letter in the middle or in the third, from the third and last root letter. So in this case, if you have tsere, then what? The missing letter is the yod, and then the root letter is missing from the beginning of the root. So there are two information here. So you need to be familiar with this. And let's move on. However, in one exceptional case, so as I said, it's an exceptional case. Halak, the missing letter is he. So the root is meaning, the root is, what is mean? Go or walk. So according to our missing letter rule number 1, then it should be the yod. But the word halak is an exceptional case. So you need to remember two things today or that day. Missing letter rule number 1. If you have one letter missing, then you need to check always what? The vowel point where? Under the prefix pronoun. And you are going to deal with another other vowel points other than tsere. So let's say if you have kamets, just for example, you will deal with this one. You don't need to memorize. Just I'm trying to give you another example. If you have kamets under the prefix pronoun, that it indicates that the missing letter is from the middle. Okay. So depending on what kind of a vowel points you have under the prefix pronoun, it will determine where the letter is missing and what kind of a letter is missing. Because this is important information. So now, number 1, always remember the two eyes. If you have the two eyes under the prefix pronoun, that indicates the first yod verb. When I say the first yod verb, it refers to the verb that has the first yod. All right, as you can see, I don't know what letters you may have for the second and the third, but whenever the verb is taking the yod in the beginning, then we normally call it as the first yod verb. But what about then aleph and something something? This verb. This one is going to be called first aleph verb. What about this something something and then he? Then we will call this one as the third he verb. Okay, do you understand? All right. So anyway, you need to understand what I mean by first yod verb. So anyway, if we really look at the missing letter rule, then the root should be yod, lamed, and kaf, yallak. But told you, if you do this, you got already, the half mark. But it's not accurate answer. Why? As I said, halak is an exceptional case. Why? Because halak always wants to be yallak. So yallak is a great role model, for halak. So halak wants to be yallak. It's not only about this prefix pronoun, but you are going to deal with this one for other case. But remember, halak wants to be yallak. So that's why it follows the pattern and rule for the first yod verb. Okay, so that's it. Do you have any questions so far? Clear?
Sir?
Yeah, FL.
If it's not a yod for the prefix pronoun and it's a he, or you were saying it's sometimes the missing vowel will be in the middle or in the end. So does that mean the vowel pointing under the yod is different for those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say, all right, this is the rule that will not change at all. Whenever you have only two remaining consonant after removing non-root letters, such as verb conversive and prefix pronoun, and you have only two consonant, then you know that, oh, it's just strange. Why? Because you need three root letters. Am I right? So that means you have one missing letter. So then only the thing that you need to do is to look at what kind of a vowel point you have under the prefix pronoun, which is the yod for today's case. But I told you, you may have different prefix pronoun, such as tav, or sometimes aleph, sometimes nun, okay? But anyway, you will always pay a great deal of attention to the vowel point under the prefix pronoun. That's something that you will always do, okay? Having the missing root letter. So depending on what kind of vowel point you have under the prefix pronoun, it will determine what kind of missing letter you have and where the word is missing. As I told you, if you have something, something, and then the prefix pronoun and verb conversive, let's say, and then 다게시 포르테. If you have comments here, okay, just an example, as an example. All right, after removing all those non-root letters, what are they? Verb conversive, and then prefix pronoun. You have only two, 1, 2. Then what are you going to do? Again, you need to check what kind of vowel point you have under the prefix pronoun. This is an unchanging inner rule. So you need to always check the vowel point under the prefix pronoun. So in this case, it's going to be dealt with as a rule, missing letter rule 2 or 3, I don't know. We will deal with this soon. But in this case, the comments indicates, what is it? We call it biconsonant or hollow verb, which indicates like, I think you already memorized this one, bo, right? Have you memorized it? Bo, to mean, it means to
enter.
enter, yeah, or go. So right, in this case, you know, this holem in the middle, or shurek in the middle, or hirek yod in the middle are categorized under the biconsonant Hebrew verbs. Why? Because holem, shurek, and hirek yod are not consonant, but only we have two consonants. So there are some, you know, verbs like that. So it indicates, this comment indicates this type of verbs. So anyway, so I'm just trying to give you how it works, you know, in terms of understanding the missing letter rule. So Ethel, I hope you understand this. Okay, so you need to pay attention to what vowel point we have under the prefix pronoun. And if you have the tere, then that's for sure the missing letter is from the beginning. Okay, and then it must be the yod. But halak is an exceptional case. According to the rule, it should be yod, lamet, kaf. But halak always follows the pattern for the first yod verb. Is that clear? Can I move on? Okay. Okay, so root, so halak. I have quickly checked your assignment, and most of you did a good job, but just for your information, for root, some of you put the vowel points, but you don't need to, just to put the consonant. All right, one more time. For the verb analysis table, which has root, stem, form, PGN, special feature, and meaning. Some of you, one person actually missed meaning. So you need to make sure you have a meaning for one analysis table. Okay, so for the root, so you need to put just the consonants. In this case, he, lamed, and kaf. Right? Stem. What is the stem? Should be either what?
Cursive.
No, kal. All right. Stem should be either kal stem or pia stem. So without having the indication of the pia stem, which is what? The dagesh forte in the middle root letter, you need to put the kal. If you don't have the indication for the pia stem, then you need to always stay with the kal. Is that clear? So is there any addition to the root? What about shua in the kaf? Kaf never appears without a vowel at the end of the word. So it is not an augment to the root. Okay. What about then form? We have only learned prefix form. So when it comes to form, just to put prefix. I think if we have enough time, we are going to learn another form today, but so far it's safe for you to put prefix form. But because of the yod, actually, because of the yod, right? What about the PGN? The yod indicates what? 3 and ST. And once again, special feature. Sometimes you will have the special feature or sometimes you will not. Why? Because it's not always that you will have verb conversive. Whenever you have verb conversive, put it as a special feature. But it means you may not have even verb conversive. Then leave it empty if you don't have anything like that. Okay? But when it comes to root, stem, form, you cannot leave them empty. You need to always choose one. Is that clear? When it comes to special feature, it's a special feature. So whenever you have a special feature, then include it under special feature. So we have verb conversive. The translation is and he went or walked. Is that clear? Can I move on? All right.
Yes.
Ethel, you have a question?
No.
Okay, good. So David is David. What is the dagesh in the dalet? Dagesh lene is a begad kefat letter. Do you understand? Begad kefat letter. When those begad kefat letters coming in the beginning of a word, then it needs to take the strong sound. That's why it is taking dagesh lene. And the right translation of David, Vayelek David, is and David went or walked. Is that clear? Okay. What about Misham? Okay, this is another lesson that you are going to pay attention to. Another new aspect for your learning. Misham is a combination between two different words. The first one is min, meaning from. I believe you already memorized this one, right? What about sham? Have you memorized this? Sham, which means there.
Remember.
So as I say, misham is a combination between min and sham. Then what is the dagesh in the she? All right, when these two words are put together, there will be a slight change. What is it? We are going to understand what we call it assimilation. Are you familiar with the word assimilation? Assimilation is just like this. In English, all right, think about this. Immature, in plus mature. Okay, so it is a combination between two different words, but it is must to be immature. But when these two words are put together, then assimilation will take place. Assimilation means a change of a sound. Immature, and finally, it becomes immature. What I'm trying to say is this: the nun sound, n sound is not strong enough. So when this nun n sound is put together with other sound, then it tends to become like the following sound. That's why we have m, right? So this nun becomes m. So that's why we have immature. Are you following me? Do you understand this? This symptom is called assimilation. So we are saying that the nun is assimilated. So it happens not only for the combination between n and m. Sometimes you will see n. This one will take place for even other sounds, like today's case, like this. In fact, what is the dagesh in the middle? Is this dagesh lene or dagesh forte? Dagesh forte. Why? Because of
it's
the
not
preceding vowel points, and at the same time, it's not a vega de capital letter. So that should be dagesh forte. So what are you going to do? We need to then double the sound, the consonant sound of shin. That's why we have mem, shin, shin, mem. So I hope you clearly understand this. All right. Okay. Why is it me, mem, shin, shin, mem? While it is supposed to be mem, nun, shin, and mem, because as I said, this n sound is assimilated to the following sound. That's why we have double shin. Okay, so it becomes assimilated. So we call this assimilation. So one more time, when the preposition mean is attached to a word, all right? Not only for sham, but another word, then normally the assimilation will take place. Okay, in this case, the nun becomes shin. But in other case, the nun will become the following consonant. Is that clear? Okay. Then we are ready. So now looking at misham, then you need to understand, oh, where is min? It looks new. But you need to pay attention to this from today onward. If you have me and then dagesh porte, me and dagesh porte, then you are, it's most likely you have min. Do you understand? Because the nun sound is going to be assimilated. So normally the preposition min will not appear as it is, as a min, because it comes together with another component, then the nun sound will be assimilated. That's why you cannot see the nun as it is, but it is going to be replaced by the dagesh forte, because the sound will be doubled. Do you understand? So me and then dagesh forte is going to be most likely min, which means from.
From.
Okay, let's put all things together. So Vayelek means and he went. David is David. Misham. So it's not Misham. Misham. Should be double.
Misham.
Yes. Misham.
Misham.
So from there. So the final translation is, and David went from there.
There.
Is that clear? Do you have any question? What have you learned today as your new lesson? Remember two things. Number one, missing letter rule, number one. And when I say missing letter rule number one, then you need to tell me several things. What are the things that came across right now in your mind?
The vowel point under the prefix pronoun.
Good job. And then what do you expect? What specific vowel point?
Yod.
Vowel point.
Oh,
under
vowel.
the yod.
Tere.
Tere. Yes. If you have tere, then it tells what?
There's a
missing letter.
Missing letter.
Yod.
Beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning. And then the missing letter is what?
Yod.
Oh,
Yod.
And we had an exceptional case, which is what? Halak. Halak always follows the rule for the first yod verb. Okay, that's the first lesson that you have to remember. And then the second lesson is about what? The symptom of assimilation. All right? It tells us that the nun sound, when the nun sound is attached to or followed by a sound, then the nun sound becomes similar or identical to the following sound. In the case, instead of doubling the consonant in Hebrew letter, you always use dagesh forte. All right. So that's it. You have another assignment today.
Page 28.
Yeah, page 28. And I think Elabai already put it there in your, let me go to assignment. Oh, he has not. So lesson 3, but I'm gonna just, yeah,
I'm
number
putting it
1,
on.
2, 3.
Yeah, I'm putting it on.
Oh, you did it?
No, I'm putting it on. Just
Okay,
now.
yeah. So number 1, 2, 3s are your assignment, and then 4, 5 will be dealt with by me. All right, let's do number 4 and 5. 1, 2, 3s are yours, and then it is due tomorrow, right? Especially before the class starts. So you need to do this sometime today.
Sir, I have a question.
Okay.
Sir, actually for the Hebrew Bible, they don't have vowel points, right?
Mm-hmm.
But today, just like as we learned that it's like assimilation, and also this like a zeta yod, like we learn like that. But if they don't have without vowel points,
how do you
how
know?
can they know that those? Yes.
Right. It is just it doesn't exist in the form of writing, but Hebrew people know how to read it. So even though we don't indicate or include the vowel pointing in the writing, people already know how to read it. That's why it works that way. So I think it's quite interesting. Unlike English, I think in case of English, it's a bit hard. But in case of, I know it's young guys are doing something similar. When they are trying to say like 사랑해, which means in English, I mean in Korea, I love you, 사랑해. They normally put what is it? The consonants S, R, and H. Then we know it's what it is 사랑해 based on the context. So it's not really that difficult for us to guess what it means, right? But when you are looking at S, R, he, then it could mean different things, but it depends on the context, of course. But we don't have any problem because whenever they are saying this, what about then 이응, 이응? It means yes, right? So I'm just giving him the Korean explanation. So when we have only consonant sound, from the perspective of Jewish people, they don't have any problem. Okay, Phineas? So from their perspective, it's very obvious. But you know what? We are going to deal with very tricky cases. It's very interesting. All right, if you look at the story of Elijah, who was fighting against the prophet of Baal and Asherah. Do you remember the story?
Yes.
Right? After having a victory, a great victory, he was not afraid of anything. All of a sudden, Queen Jezebel sent a messenger and then threatened him, saying, "Hey, tomorrow your life will be like the soul that you killed today," something like that. And then it says he was afraid, and then he ran for his life to the wilderness. Do you remember this story? When it comes to the Hebrew word, which is translated as be afraid, it only carries the consonants. All right? And then there are two possibilities of interpreting it. The first one is to be afraid. The second possibility is he to see. So because of this, the fact that there was no Hebrew vowel point, looking at only the consonants, it could be translated in either way. So the first one is he was afraid. The second one is he saw it. He saw it. What a difference. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it may happen that way. So it could deal with a tricky question or tricky situation, but most likely, we don't have any tricky question or tricky case like that. Normally you will know what it is. Okay, so now after learning this, I think it was several years ago, like 20 years ago, most of English translation chose the what is it, the expression of being afraid. But now you can start looking at other translation for the specific part, and some of the English translation chose the word Elijah saw it instead of he was afraid. Okay, do you understand? So now, thank you, Phineas, for the question, quite interesting one. But from the perspective of the Hebrew people, they didn't have any big problem. Okay?
Sir.
All right. Let me move on. Let me do this 4 and 5. Okay. If you are dealing with this as your assignment, especially for number 4, this is what I'm expecting. You need to put this one into your verb analysis table. So how many things do we have? I think it's must
5.
be 8.
Meaning
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And let me put this way. What is the first one?
Root verb.
Root. And then what is the second?
form.
Stem.
Stem.
Oh,
And
stem.
then form. And
E.
E,
Person.
G,
N.
and special feature and
Meaning.
meaning.
EGN.
So I think you need to memorize this too, and you will do.
Oops.
Okay. All right, let's do. You have 1, 2, 3 words. Then the first thing is what? First thing that we need to do to find the verb. So where is the verb?
Usually
First word.
Usually first. Okay, good start.
First
Let's look at the first one. But you cannot always determine, okay, the first one should be the verb, but it's still always a good start. So you need to double check. Is this a verb?
Yes.
Yes.
Why?
The first one.
Conversive.
Conversive
Past
and
conversive plus
prefix yod.
Prefix pronoun.
prefix pronoun, the yod.
Yod.
So yeah, let's take out all those non-root letters, Vav conversive, Vav, Pata, and then Dagesh. And then we have the yod, which is the prefix pronouns. So let's take them out. And we have only 2 remaining consonants. What does this mean?
Missing.
There is a missing.
Yeah, there
Missing
is
letter.
a missing letter. And okay, understanding that we have 1 missing letter, then what is the first step that we need to do?
Look at the vowel point under the
Prefix.
pronoun.
Yes,
Prefix.
we need to look at the vowel point under the prefix pronoun, which is the yod here. So you have said, then this is called missing letter rule number 1. All right, so what does the tere tell about?
The yod is missing.
So first letter of the root.
Yeah, you're right. So we have 1 missing letter, and then it is the yod, and then where? In the beginning. So you are supposed to put lamed and kaf, okay, and then yod actually here. But once again, yalak, have you ever memorized such a verb? No. Halak is an exceptional case that follows the first yod verb rule. So in this case, you need to put halak instead of yalak. Okay? We need to understand how it works. What about stem? Should it be either kar or pl? But it's very obvious. Whenever you have the dagesh in the middle of the letter, then that's pl. But if you don't have it, then stay with the kar. Right? What about form?
Prefix.
Prefix.
Because of the
Why?
yod.
Because of the yod. So then put prefix. And then what about person, gender, number?
3 MS.
3 MSG.
MSG. Why? Because of the yod. What if you had shurek ending here?
3 MSPL.
Yeah. So if you understand it, that's praise the Lord.
1 common plural.
Yeah. But I'm just asking what if, but now it is quite straightforward, 3 MSG. What about then special feature?
Verb conversive.
Yes, verb conversive. Not always, whenever you have verb conversive. If you don't have it, not write anything here. Okay? Meaning. So please finish until meaning. You are not supposed to stop here. You need to do, finish, meaning.
He
And
All right. This mistake will always happen at film. As you said, he, because, you know, it's not really, you know, what is it, common for us to start the sentence with and. So you will start with the subject, but whenever you have a verb conversive, don't forget to put and.
And
then the subject is 3MSG.
He went.
Halak means to walk.
He walked.
Okay, or to go, but the tense should be the past. Why? Because of verb conversive. So then I'm going to put I walked. So I'm not done yet in terms of your assignment. Why? Because you need to put the final translation. Below the table.
Mishak.
So then how are you going to put it? So let's do this. Once again, this one is min. This dagesh forte is assimilation. So it was the nun. So it is min. All right. So min means from. Sham means there. By the way, whatever is appearing as a part of your lesson, although they are, you don't have those vocabulary in your vocabulary list, it will appear in your translation quiz. So whatever appears and whatever you are dealing with in the lesson, like this, like sham, then you need to start memorizing it. In the quiz, you may have those words, okay?
Misham.
So misham means what? From there. But you need to understand why it is not min sham. Okay, say min sham.
Min sham.
Min sham.
Min sham.
Min sham.
Would you just speed it up? Your pronunciation. Min sham. Min sham.
Okay,
stop. What about Chun Kim? Chun has N sound, right, at the end. Chun Kim, it's a Chun Kim. But if you put it all together quickly, Chun Kim, Chukim. It will become Chukim.
Almost like chasu.
Okay. So yeah, that is called assimilation. As I said, N sound is not strong. So when the N sound is put together with another sound, when it is followed by another sound, consonant, then it is assimilated. Okay. What about this? This is yod and hirek, so Y, I. And what is this?
Yes,
zade. And then what about this? Is it vocal or silent?
Silent.
Why?
Because
why silent, right? Why vocal?
Silent because it's not on the
consonants.
on
the second.
It is not the unchanging long vowel. Unchanging.
No.
It's changing.
Silent.
Long vowel. Follows a long vowel.
Shireg is a short sound.
All right, thank you. Thank you for the all exciting and passionate answers. I really appreciate it. All right, let me ask you this question. All right, some of you consider this hirek yod as an unchangeable long vowel, but this is not. Why? Because this yod is not coming after hirek, but yod comes first, and then hirek comes under the prefix pronoun. So this is not the combination of the prefix, hirek plane, but this one is the yod consonant and then hirek. But my question is it hirek a long vowel or short vowel?
Short vowel. Short.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Then it cannot be vocal.
Okay.
Because when the schwa is preceded by a long vowel, then the schwa should be vocal, right? So in this case, hirek yod, the yod hirek is not hirek yod, and then hirek is not a long vowel. So the schwa is silent. Okay, then you don't need to put anything because it's a silent. And then what about khet? And we need to put something like H, and because it's a quite unique sound, but you can put K and whatever, then I will accept it. And what about this? It's a comet, A, and then cough. So, what sound do you put for cough?
Hey.
K. So it's what is this?
It's
It's
Isaac.
Isaac.
It's yuck. Isaac.
It's yuck.
Sleepy?
It's yuck. It's
yeah. In Korea, we call Isaac Ishak. Ishak. And then in Hebrew, it is called Itzhak. 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 All right? Which means he left. You are going to talk about it later. Why? Because the prefix pronoun, the yod is the prefix pronoun. And then zakak means to left. So the yod means 3MSG. In this case, we don't have verb conversive. But now Hebrew names are made that way. So that's why it could come up with some meaning, Hebrew names. So like Abraham, Sarah, and Sarah, and Isaac. Actually, Isaac is coming from the word, Hebrew word. So zakak is a verb. And then the yod is a prefix pronoun referring to he. So he left. What happened? When God told Abraham that you are going to have a son, okay, then he left. So that's why it is called Isaac. Do you remember this story? But anyway, but it is a name. You don't need to analyze this one here because it's a name. But I'm just telling you how it become Isaac anyway in Hebrew. So the final translation is what? And
he.
Isaac.
Yes, Isaac is here, right? He actually, this one is supposed to be located here, right? As we know that the subject, a verb, subject, and object. But here, sometimes you will see that, other stuffs like Misham can come before the subject. Why? Because there is a little, emphasis there. From there, okay? From there. So from the perspective of the author, they really wanted you to put where, right? The first idea of where. So you're right. We need to really replace he
with Isaac.
With Isaac. So then the end, Isaac. What is the meaning?
Went.
Walked.
From there.
There. Yes. That's it. Do you understand? Okay, let's move on to number 5. I don't want to do.
Sir, just want to. Sir Jun.
Okay.
Yeah, just want to clarify about the stem. You mentioned you write Carl, and I think I am confused because there is a dagesh, and you said a while ago if this with dagesh it is usually PL.
All right, thank you for the question, Romero. Actually, you are talking about this dagesh, right?
Yes, sir.
Actually, that is not the dagesh forte that is appearing in the middle root letter of the verb. Actually, this yod, I mean, the dagesh forte is just coming under the prefix pronoun. So you can be confused here, but the dagesh forte is not really functioning as the dagesh forte as the indicator of the peer stem. Why? Because if you have the peer stem, then the dagesh forte will always appear in the middle root letter. So I don't want to say that the dagesh forte itself is the indication of the peer stem. You need to have a conditional phrase, the dagesh forte, which is appearing in the middle root letter, is the indication of the peer stem. In this case, the dagesh is coming under the prefix pronoun. All right. So this one is not dagesh forte for the PL, but it is the dagesh forte for the verb conversive construction.
Okay,
Because
I get
verb
it, sir.
conversive is verb, pata, and then dagesh forte. All right. Is that clear, Romero?
All right, sir.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Any other question? Can I move on? Okay, great. One more time, your assignments on 1, 2, 3. Then let's move on to lesson 4. I think it's quite straightforward. Let's read it. Ami, can you read?
hello.
Good.
Velo. Shama.
Good.
Ha. Me. Leg.
Good job.
Okay. El. Haam.
Good job. You did it very well. Right. It's a matter of
Thank you.
speed. But in the beginning, it's just like that. It's slow, but just to keep on practicing. All right. We are going to talk about another form today, which is a fixed form. All right. So far, we have only dealt with prefix form. So after today's lesson onward, you need to be confused between these two possibilities. Prefix,
That's easy.
affix. Okay. And then we are going to talk about negative particle, which is normally translated as no or not. And definite article. What do you mean by definite article? Like the. In English, we put it as a the, right? So the boy, the window, the teacher. So the is definite article. So in Hebrew, what kind of the do we have in Hebrew form? So to tell you the answer, let me quickly give you. Okay, if you have ha, he, pata, and dagesh forte, one more time. This one is called definite article. So the meaning is the. Where does it appear? Here.
There.
Are you following me? So this one is, has something to do with your memorization. So just to remember, I think this is a part of your quiz, right? Have you memorized this one?
Yeah.
Right. So what do we mean by this? If you have the he and pata and dagesh forte, then that is definite article he, meaning the. So what is the translation and the meaning of melech?
King.
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 So what is the translation of then? Ham-melech.
King.
The king. Very straightforward. All right. It's not hard to understand. But one thing that you need to just pay attention to is the pronunciation, because this dagesh is dagesh forte, so it should be doubled. So this one, the sound of mem is gonna be doubled. So it's not Hamelech, but should be Ham-melech. Ham-melech. All right, is that clear? So then we are done with number 3, definite article. Okay. Then let's talk about negative particle. Where is it? Have you memorized this law?
Not. It means
Have you memorized?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
So this one is
Not.
not. So that is called negative particle. That's it. But the question is, since this law is coming together with a Hebrew verb, is this a Hebrew verb?
Shamer. Yes, it is.
What is it?
Ma.
Shama.
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 To hear. To hear.
To hear.
Yeah, to listen
Listen.
to or to hear. Right. So this one is connected through makeb. Then, okay, this is an important information. If you have a verb connected to another component through makeb, then you need to consider these as if they are making one word. So what I'm trying to say is these components should be included in your verb analysis table. How? We're going to do it right now. Okay, let's do this. One more time, you will do this one always. Okay, what is the first one? One more time. Root. Stem.
Stem.
Form.
En.
Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea. Papua Guinea New.
Guinea
Not,
New.
yeah, Guinea
Papua
New.
Guinea New.
Not Papua New Guinea. All right. PGN. And then meaning.
Meaning.
Special feature.
Oh, thank
Special
you.
feature.
Special feature. Before meaning. Thank you. Right. So then let's do this. All right. We have ve. What is ve?
And.
The conjunction. And.
And or but or.
Right. Exactly. Thank you. Lo is not. And then we have makeb here. And then we have shama. Without anything else attached, directly attached to the word, like prefix pronoun, right? We don't have the yod, we don't have the top, right? So just it appears as it is. Anyway, this one is gonna be called a fixed form. If you don't have anything in the beginning, unlike the prefix form, because prefix form is coming always pre. What does it mean by pre? Something is appearing in the beginning. That's why the yod, tap, aleph, the yod, tap, nun is normally coming before the root letter. So you are going to see yod here, sometimes tap here, sometimes aleph, sometimes nun here.
Ooh. Sorry. Sorry. I should mute myself.
Okay, so yeah, that's why it is called prefix. Affix doesn't take anything in the beginning, but you will see that it will take something at the end. Okay, so when we are talking about the indicators of prefix form, and you always expect something, the prefix pronoun in the beginning, and sometimes the complements at the end. Am I right? Are you following me? The chart of a prefix form? In terms of a fixed form, you will not have anything in the beginning, but something at the end. But only 3 MSG will not take anything at all. So we are going to talk about this one, dealing with the chart in terms of the comparison between the prefix form and the fixed form, but just for information. So here, so the, oh, come on. Root is what? As it is, shama. What about stem? Can you see the dagesh in the middle?
Oh.
No, then always choose Carl. What about form? I told you, if you don't have the prefix pronoun, then that's the time for you to put this form, affix. Say affix.
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 Yeah, affix, because we don't have the prefix pronoun in the beginning. Okay, affix. And what is next? PGN. PGN. If you have nothing in the beginning and at the end, then that indicates 3 and SG in case of a fixed form. This is new. And what about the special feature? Actually, it doesn't come with verb conversive, but you need to understand that this law is attached to the verb. Right? Now, whatever is attached to the verb will be considered as a special feature. So you need to put just negative particle, right? Negative particle, low. Low. All right? Under the special feature. And then also you need to include this one because it is connected to the verb. But what is it? Verb conjunction.
Function.
Conjunction.
Okay.
As it is. Okay. So that's it as a special feature. And then meaning is what? You need to include all those meaning. So let's start with end.
Excuse me?
And don't speak.
Yeah?
Excuse me, sir. What's the difference between verb conjunction and verb conversive?
All right. Thank you for the question. One more time. Let me ask you this question, Amos. Now, what do you expect? What element do you expect when you have verb conversive? Of course, verb. And then what else? Kata.
Dagesh.
And then dagesh forte. Okay. So that's the difference. And then in terms of verb conjunction normally will come with verb and schwa. But sometimes you have shurek, just as without verb. But shurek will be serving as verb conjunction. But anyway, most of the time you will have this. So meaning is and. What about the subject?
And the king?
And
No. You are not supposed to put this king yet because this one is the verb analysis table. So meaning, not translation. Meaning is different from translation. So for meaning, you are not supposed to put the real subject yet. So the subject is 3 MSG.
He does
and
not.
he
Not.
Okay, good. Anyway, we need to negate the verb.
And he
Shama
not
means what?
listen.
Hear,
to listen.
So then,
he not listen.
Listen to.
And he listened
Listen
to.
to. What about the tense?
Tense verb.
Okay. All right. We call it a fixed form. A fixed form without verb conversive or anything. Then it is normally translated as a perfect action, complete action. Okay. So should be past tense again.
Again?
Yeah, without verb conversive, because affix itself is a complete action. So actually listened. But as you said, this law should be here. So we need to negate it. How? By putting did not. Right. So the reason why we need to put did is because of the tense of a fixed form. So this one is, and he did not listen. Okay, who is the real subject? Then let's move on to the final translation.
And
The king
did not listen.
And the king did not listen. L means to. And then what about this ha'am?
Misham.
This is another important lesson today.
Hayam.
Ha'am. It's not yam. Ha'am.
People.
Right. Am means people.
Did not listen to the people.
Oh, how did you know? It's the. Ethel.
Did not listen to people.
Listen to the people.
Actually, you are right. This ha, which is not pata and dagesh, this ha is also definite article. Why? The question. This ain is a guttural, which cannot take the dagesh forte.
Okay.
What if this arm should be coming together with the definite article he? Then we need to put the dagesh here. But unfortunately, the guttural cannot take the dagesh. Then what will happen? Since this dagesh cannot come, there should be a compensation. So that's why this pata is lengthened to kamet. Do you understand how it works? One more time. This he, pata, and dagesh should be coming. But since this ain cannot take this dagesh, the preceding vowel point pata becomes lengthened. So it becomes kamet. So from today onward, if you have he, pata, and dagesh forte, then that is definite article he, meaning the. Not only this one, if you have a guttural letter here, and then he and kamet, then this one also means a definite article he, which means the. Is it clear? So the translation is the people. All right, so the final translation is and he, who is he? The. So the king. And the king did not listen to the people. We are going to deal with each slide tomorrow, but just to give you the lesson, the important, summary. Okay, let me quickly turn your attention to this. Look at this, and we are done. On the left side, you have a fixed form. On the right side, for prefix. Do you see? Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Let me put it a bit. All right. On the right side, this is what you have already memorized, hopefully. So look at this. Root letter, I don't know what they are. Sometimes shama, sometimes dabar, sometimes halla. But no matter what root letters you have, it comes with prefix pronoun in the beginning. As I say, yod, tap, 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 aleph, yod, tap, 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 nun. So that's why prefix form always starts from the prefix pronoun. Yod, tap, 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 aleph, yod, tap, 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 nun. And sometimes it takes the complement. A fixed form, which is new to us, will not take anything in the beginning. By the way, this is a pakat, and then it is simply an example, all right? So this is an example. Do not pay too much attention to the word, but we need something. That's why I put pakat. Pakat, it has nothing in the beginning and at the end. That's why it says it is indicating 3 MSG of fixed form. If you have nothing in the beginning, but something at the end, like a, he ending, that indicates 3 FSG of fixed form. If you have ta ending, it indicates 2 MSG of fixed form. 2 FSG, t, t, utem, ten, nu. So those special endings are the indicators of the fixed form. How do you distinguish the difference between a fixed form and prefix form? Number one, prefix form will always come with the prefix pronoun in the beginning. Okay? If you have nothing in the beginning, it's most likely you have a fixed form. But you need to make sure about the ending. So now, let's do this. Nothing, right? A, ta, t, ti, u, tem, ten, nu. How are you going to memorize this? I normally do this. From the New Zealand or somewhere, you do was a haka, right? Whenever I memorize this one, it sounds like a haka, like this. Atatati, utemtenu, right? Right. How does it sound? Do you agree, Islanders? You don't agree? All right.
Just
All right.
a little bit more.
Right. And do like this. Nothing in the beginning. So we need to have one in a pose. Atatuti, utemtenu. Say after me. Atatuti.
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 Utemtenu.
Utemtenu.
Right. Atatuti. Utemtenu. Come on.
Atatuti.
Wow. Sounds good. May God continue to bless you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Okay? Keep deciding. Atatuti utamtenu. All right? And then you will remember. All right, see you tomorrow. Be ready for your vocabulary quiz. As I said, after the class tomorrow, I'm going to put the vocabulary quiz on the Moodle. And anytime tomorrow, you are going to open it and do your vocabulary quiz and submit it before the class on Friday. And one more time, today you have a new assignment. It is due tomorrow before the class. Do you have any question? Plus, on Friday, you are going to take your first translation quiz during this class time. Okay, what is the conclusion? Atatuti utemtemnu. See you tomorrow.
Sir, I gotta write my quiz.
Your kids, what?
My rewrite.
Okay, can I talk with you?
Yeah.
All right, you can leave. Let me just.
Bye, Walter. I love you.
All right, you can leave.
Except me. I have a detention, sir. I have the form for writing it. Can I write it now, sir?
Let me talk first. So, Adele, what do you want to do today? You want to take the vocabulary quiz or the first two, right?
The first two, right.
Right. By the way, Elabaya, I was talking with Adele, and then I decided to give her the second chance for the first two quizzes since she was quite struggling and it's important. But Adele, since this is your second chance, I cannot take your quiz as it is. I think it should be fair. So we are going to deduct 10% of your quiz. So are you sure that you are ready for today's quiz? If you are not ready, because since I told you there will be 10% of deduction, then you need to really do it well.
I have to make it perfect.
Right. Do you think you can do it? Or
I can only do the alphabet today for sure.
Okay, then let's take the alphabet. What about the vowel points?
I can do it tomorrow, and then I will also hand in my assignment by the end of today for today. Because I mixed it up. I studied for the vocabulary quiz, the 30.
And the FL, to be honest, why are you always confused?
I have no idea. Oh, you know why? First of all, after every Tuesday and Thursday, I am staying up till 2:30 in the morning, and then it takes up the next day. I get up so late because I was up so early.
I
So
think
it's
you
very
need to
hard to
really,
adjust to the
yeah, you
time.
need
I
to
don't want to
manage
do this.
you need to
It's
manage
hard.
your time.
I have to learn to, yes, exactly. And
And actually, to be honest, I'm a bit worried about you because vocabulary, is important, and the memorization is quite important. So it will continue to affect you in a negative way if you are not really doing well with your vocabulary quiz. So I just want you to make sure that you really need to prioritize your study time for Hebrew vocabulary and those things that you
yes,
have to memorize. So
right.
that's why I want to, give you this second chance. All right,
I
so start
think,
taking it right now.
okay.
Alabaya. So yeah, that is our agreement. I think I wasn't supposed to talk with you before, but I think just what is it? Only the first two quizzes, right? That is our agreement, Ethel.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
Yeah,
The
go
other
ahead.
two are okay.
Yeah, I think I will
The other
include
two are okay.
overtime. It's just I don't want to take classes from Canada again after this. It's
All right,
very
just take it right now, and then I think, Alabaya, what way do you prefer to receive her?
Whichever way, you can send it through Moodle or through Messenger.
okay.
Whichever is easier, but just to, once you're done, you can just send it to me.
I'm filling it out now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me another chance. I was also working, and so I'm not working anymore.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to finish a term paper for Ma'am Laura.
Okay.
So I will catch up. Okay.
Hello. Yes. Yeah. Good morning. All right. I'm supposed to be working right now. So yeah, he's going to take MA ministry. Yeah. So do you want me to give you the 9 evaluation? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I will get back to you soon. All right. Yeah. Right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Done.
take a picture now.
Okay.
My form looks different than the one that we did. Is this okay? I don't know where I got this from.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, but
I don't know
yeah,
where I got that from.
I think I uploaded.
Okay, I'll take a picture of it.
Okay.
I wonder if this is better. Okay, I'm going to, oh wait, that was, I'm going to submit it in Moodle. I know how to do that better, I think. Or should I submit it to you? No, I'll submit it in Moodle because I don't know your email, Alavaya. Here it is. Alphabet. Where is it now?
Labaya, we cannot hear you. Labaya, are you saying something to us right now?
Yeah, I can't hear her either.
No, we cannot hear you. No. What's wrong? I think there might be some classes going on right after this. Maybe. But anyway, I will tell her that we cannot hear you, Labaya, by the way. Then I will tell her that, Athel, you don't know? I think you have, what is it?
I'm submitting it now.
Yeah, to where?
To the Moodle.
Yes, Labaya?
I just submitted it.
But she said she submitted to the Moodle, right? Does it work for you?
Wait a second. Did it work?
Right, I'm gonna ask her to email you just to make sure. Okay.
Okay, what's your email, Alavaya?
Alabaya told me that you already got her email, so just to check your
okay.
email, and then search for her name, then you will come up.
Okay,
all right,
it will come on. Okay.
all right. So gonna see you tomorrow then.
Yes, I'm
just
emailing
send it to Alabaya.
Okay, Alavaya.
You have?
Oh, there it is.
Right.
I already emailed it to her.
All right, good. Thank you. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow, Adele. All right. Making sure you study hard and memorize everything.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
I send it now.
Okay.
It's on its way.
So you can take another quiz after the class tomorrow.
Yes.
Like this. Okay, let's do that.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll submit it to you by the end of the day by 5 o'clock. Your time. My
What?
assignment. My
Assignment?
first assignment.
Okay, but you need to understand that it's quite late, right?
Yes,
It
it
wasn't
is.
supposed to be submitted before the class today.
Yes,
I
sir.
will accept it today as it is without giving you any deduction.
But
But
next time I'll know.
okay, yeah, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Thank
See you
you.
tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.